listening to Gas Digital Best of the Week.
Were their fists thrown eventually?
No, they just like.
When's the last fist fight you've been in?
I punched Bobby Lee a bunch of times.
But that was it. That was the last thing.
Ari punched Bobby 7 different times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't
After each one, did you say no can defend?
He's a fucking Hebrew hurricane, dude. Just coming through.
Yeah, I just go like this.
Like a fucking dreidel with arms. Just spinning through.
Yeah, I try to pick a target that's good for me, and then I stick with it.
Have you ever backed down from a fight?
Yeah, always.
Like an actual...
Oh, do you know what I did at the fucking New York Comedy Club? There was this fucking cokehead. This is cokehead that was leaving. The bouncer, you know the big white bouncer up there?
At where?
Oh, yeah,
New York Comedy Club?
Yeah, the guy looks like Zach with a
Look
haircut.
like Zach, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, he told the guy to shut up and like go back in the room earlier. And then the guy left, and the guy's like, "Are you okay?" And the guy's, "No, fuck you, dude. You're my problem." And then the bouncer was like, "What? What's the issue?" And I had that popcorn they served there, and I just took 2 kernels out and just threw it right in his face.
What?
It's the most passive-aggressive, light move. I just took 2 kernels of popcorn and I threw it at this fucking cokehead. And he goes, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "Get the fuck out, bitch." And he was like, "Really? You want to go?" I'm like, "No, not really at all." And he goes, "You wouldn't say that that bouncer wasn't in the way." I'm like, "Correct." Yeah, I wouldn't do any of this if this 300-pound guy wasn't here to protect me.
Can I explain to you? Can I tell you something that I love right now? And I hope Lewis is listening now, because this is why me and him inside are brothers. As much as we argue and don't see eye to eye on things, we are brothers. Because as you're telling this story, I'm raging as the other guy. I'm like, oh, I want to punch you in your fucking face. If you throw popcorn at me, dude, if you throw popcorn at me and think you're going to just do that, I'm like, I can't let the world go on with this guy thinking he can just do that. Unless he's a guy who can definitely do that.
See, I feel like Lewis...
It's a good move.
If I know Lewis, I feel like Lewis in that story could identify with Ari or that guy or the bouncer.
Or the popcorn.
Don't waste the popcorn, though.
It's a perfect thing to throw, though.
Perfect.
Because it's such a fluffy little bitch thing to throw at somebody.
That's what it's like you're calling him, and it would make me full of rage, dude.
Oh, dude.
I would be furious. But do you do that? Do you instigate stuff and then bail?
I have... Okay, so Bill Burr has said to me numerous times, he goes, DeRosa, nobody backs out of a room better than you do. Because I've been in so many bars with him where somebody will say something, and I'll be like, fuck you, pussy. And the guy will be like, you want to go? And I go, yeah, motherfucker, fuck you. Fuck you. But as I'm doing that, I'm slowly stepping backwards out of the bar. But the guy is so distracted by my yelling, he doesn't realize I've disappeared out the front door. And then I'm safe, and I just go somewhere else. It works. It's a great way to feel like a man and never have to throw down.
He's never found you?
No.
Do you ever tell the story of the guy coming in the pizza place?
The guy coming in the pizza.
Yeah, you were on I don't know if you were on a date, but you were with a girl who used to work at a comedy club.
Uh-huh.
Didn't a guy come in and like punch her and you?
I don't think so.
Dude, this is a story you told me years ago for sure.
It was a lie.
What was the guy doing? What happened?
I don't know. He was like robbing her, and then you tried to help, and he punched you both.
I don't think that was me, man.
100%.
I think I would remember that. Wait,
I can't believe you don't remember.
A man was robbing a woman in a pizza store?
I think he was trying to take her purse.
First of all, I'm thrown off that you called it a pizza store.
It was the one. It was the one next to Caroline's, I believe.
A pizza store. That's where you go to buy fake pizza.
Next to the one next to Caroline's, the one next to Stamp, New York, whatever it was a pizza place.
There was a pizza place right next to Caroline's.
Yeah.
It sucked. I remember the pizza place. But wait, a guy was robbing a woman in
Joe, you don't remember? You were at a pizza dispensary. And then all of a sudden, there was some hooligan.
And a man was taking the woman's nice pocket purse.
You were at the pizza restaurant.
No, I don't remember.
Have you been punched in your face? You don't remember being punched?
Yeah, the last time I remember being punched in my face was in 8th grade.
Does you remember? Did you get punched drunk sometimes? Don't remember?
No, I've never been. I don't start shit when I'm drunk. I'm not an asshole. Those bar stories I was telling you about, like back, it was the guy that I was yelling at always did a thing first that was really shitty. Like one time he grabbed my friend's wife's ass. Mm-hmm. So that's why I was yelling at him.
Sounds like maybe your friend should have done something.
Nothing. That little fucking bitch.
He had to make you back out of the room? He could have done the back out.
I look back in the room. He's having beers with the guy.
That guy was like, they gotta have friends with like Joe, huh, babe?
He double teamed his wife that night.
She was into it.
She was super into it.
No, I every time the guy did a thing shitty, like I don't start anything, But I will get very defensive if somebody is disrespectful. That's like my Achilles heel. If somebody really is disrespectful, like shoves me as they walk by and doesn't say excuse me, that kind of shit sets me off.
Injustice, dude.
Injustice.
Me too.
Yeah.
I like to fight for justice.
Yeah. Yeah. Popcorn in your eye, you're fucking punching a dude.
Popcorn in the eye, someone's getting punched. Oh.
What was that?
Touche.
Just some napkin.
Lord only knows. Did that come out of your asshole? You
No,
fucking-
but you're right. I
you
did
prankster?
miss an opportunity there.
Oh, God, please, I'm begging you, please don't do that. I'm so bad.
I can't believe I was on In Hot Water one day, and Gino brought Ari up and all the stuff you do, and I was like, I can't believe Ari has not had the shit beaten out of him by now. Like we talked specifically about the Burt thing, and I just can't believe you've done so many crazy pranks to people. I can't believe nobody's just like clocked you fucking hard.
There's one reason.
Why?
They're all bitches.
Fucking pussies.
They are bitches. I'm gonna start pranking those bitches.
Has any friends you've like pranked come at you like to fight? And you had to like calm them down?
No, but one time Bobby
You
said...
go pretty hard.
Give it to the end of the podcast. Zach's going to stab you in the ribs.
Bobby said he used to do this thing where he'd take his dick and he'd put it on the top of his pants, like so just the dick was sticking out. And he went up to like a giant black man that used to be cokehead, who used to be at the comedy store. And he'd be like, "Ah, look!" And the guy just beat the shit out of him. Just got on top of him and just started wailing. And Bobby's like, "Nah, I brought it on myself."
But why is he so accustomed to getting his shit kicked in?
It's a good question.
Like, does he ever like beg to stop and not want it to happen? He seems like he jumps into a lot of situations where he just
I
loses a
think
fight.
honestly, it makes him hard.
Really?
Yeah.
Has he ever won a fight?
No.
Never. He's like 0-50.
Yeah.
It's like he keeps getting into them. It sounds like.
Because he doesn't start the fights.
He's a guy that just likes like I remember this wasn't going to be a fight, but I remember when the new Laugh Factory opened in New York, and when it first opened, Jamie Masada, who is the owner of the Laugh Factory in L.A., he was always out on the premises, like making sure that everything was running smoothly. And I remember he brought Bobby in from L.A. to do shows, and it was the first time I ever met Bobby, and we were sitting in the open Comics Lounge, which customers could see into. There were no doors, nothing.
Walk into. They can totally walk into it.
And Bobby just kept lighting cigarettes and smoking, and then Jamie would run in and go, "Bobby, what are you doing? No, it's no smoking," and grab it from him and put it out. And then he would walk out, and Bobby would be laughing so hard, going, "Jamie's so crazy, man. It's so funny. Watch this." And then he would light another cigarette. Jamie Masada would run in again. It was like some fucking like Elmer Fudd scenario.
Wow.
It just kept going over, and I was like, this guy just really gets off on this. Like, it's such a
It's
weird
fun.
thing. Yeah.
There he is right now. It's Bobby Lee right now.
Oh.
That's Wingnut, dude.
What?
That's Wingnut. Wingnut gave us porn last week.
Did he really?
Homemade porn.
Don't disrespect Wingnut.
Homemade porn?
Guy's got a solid Asian dick, dude.
Wow.
A real piece for an Asian guy.
Hey, wait now.
top-notch.
Can you do a porn and in the middle of it just go, "Dr. Jones"?
Yeah, he was fucking her on one of those trolley cars. Zach, when's the last? Have you been in a fist fight in your
Yeah.
life?
He was a
Never.
pro wrestler, though.
Yeah, that's right. You'll take lumps.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not probably not afraid to fight, but you've never been in one ever in your life. Just fake only
Never
wrestling.
really needed. Never come up.
I bet that's probably worse on your body than doing the wrestling.
Who on this dais would you least like to fight? I say
I saw Jay chokeslam a guy.
Jay.
Yeah,
that's fair.
I saw Jay fuck a guy up.
100% Jay is...
I'm going to say it's Dave. Because he
Dave?
doesn't do much, but then when he does, he'd overreact.
You're right. Dave looks like...
He's coming in for the kill.
Yeah.
Everybody else is just trying to put down a friend. Yeah.
First move, like, we're just playing.
Everyone else is just trying to put down a friend. Dave's trying to end somebody.
Dave, you remind me of the nice guy in a movie who, like, is always sweet and always cordial, and then the fight breaks out, and then you just fucking rock a dude, but then you get mad at yourself for knowing the anger in you. You know what I mean? You punch dude and then go, "God damn it, I don't like this," and then you storm out. You know what I mean?
I like this badass energy you guys are giving me. I'm not sure I actually have any of this anger. I'm a pretty happy guy.
I think Dave paces an alleyway at night and just punches concrete at the end of every turnaround.
Wait, are you talking about Dave the Heat Smith?
Man,
It's
just
pronounced
wanna-
Heeb.
Davey will jump into the fire for sure. Davey will back up a friend quick. He'll jump in
Well,
the fire
maybe if
quick.
someone says something crazy like the government should intervene in the economy, sure, I'll jump in there. But I'm not just going to fight at someone for no reason.
fucking teeth and nails.
This is why I want to fight Jay least.
What?
We were in front of the Comedy Cellar one time, and there was like a meth head, a complete meth head, who walked up to a payphone. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
He walked
I
up.
have no idea why you did what you did.
He beelined to a payphone, picked it up, and goes, "Hello, hello, fuck you," and then smashes the phone and hangs it
to
up
bits.
and started walking off. And I go, "Okay, then, buddy." And the guy turned on a dime and came back towards me with that same anger. And I got so scared, I retreated into Jay's arms.
What?
I swear to God. And Jay wrapped his arms around me from behind and goes, bro, it's cool. And the guy turned and left. And I swear to you, I've never felt safer in my life.
I would never let that little man hurt you.
I felt so safe.
Get closer, Harrington.
So when Shane Smith was in, we were talking about hitchbot, which we hadn't talked about in a while.
Yeah.
Now, Nate, I need you to pull up a image I sent you.
Let's see the fucking hitchbot.
Hold on. This is the last known photo of hitchbot while alive.
All right, I want to
Now,
fucking see
Nate,
this
can you
shit.
pull up the photo I just emailed you?
Because the fucking hitchbot got.
Now, who is that?
What the fuck?
On Fox News,
What?
Mike Harrington was the last man to see hitchbot alive.
Bullshit.
I think he killed hitchbot. This asshole killed hitchbot.
Look, why the police need to do due diligence, because when you have a picture and the name of the last person seen with the fucking robot, you don't just fucking let that guy go.
So I was not the last person seen.
Really?
That's not what Fox News says.
I was the last person to see Hitchbot alive was the gentleman from the YouTube channel Prank versus Prank.
Pull up a picture of those gentlemen.
Is that the guy? Fucking? Is that family that said it's just a prank, bro? Was that? Is that them?
That was Daddy 05.
Oh wait, no, yeah, they just beat their children, not robots.
Yeah.
So no,
Now, so why did you deliver Hitchbot to this murderer?
so
How much did he pay? Now, for those who don't remember, Hitchbot was a robot that hitchhiked across Canada through Boston, somehow found himself in Mike Harrington's car, and then was raped and murdered.
it also made it through most of Northern Europe too, like Iceland, Greenland, all that.
Probably got a lot of pussy out there.
So
Fuck yeah.
Backpacker
Those bitches are sexually aggressive.
yeah, so this fucking asshole.
So this guy, that seems like a guy you would hang out with. That
Come
looks
on,
like
man.
Luke on meth.
Luke on roids. I got Hitchbot. Like I on a Friday night, like I went up, I saw it was stuck in Boston. I met up with the guy who had Hitchbot in Rhode Island. And then we kept going back and forth through Twitter, through the DMs. He put me in contact with the guy who took it to New York. And I met that guy
You slid into a stranger's DMs
hell yeah.
and picked up a hitchhiker.
Hell yeah.
That's okay. A robotic fucking hitchhiker. Go ahead.
So I picked up Hitchbot at St. Patrick's Cathedral, brought it back home. My intention was to then start
Fuck its
driving.
mouth.
No, it didn't have a fuckable mouth. So
I mean, I'm sure you could find something to put that fucking Asian penis of yours in there.
I mean, it did have like the nice little glove hands if I cut a big enough hole. So I take it home. My intention is to head out the next day. However, I couldn't get it to start up. So there was a
Hitchbot or your car?
Hitchbot. So I contacted the people from Rogers University in Toronto. They flew a guy down to fix Hitchbot. While it was staying at my place, the GPS kept telling
sounds
people
like a
where
weird
it was.
Grindr
So
situation.
weird people kept showing up to my house wanting to see.
Did you have sex with any of the scientists?
No, none of this. So long story short, I get it up and running by that Friday.
Hold on. What does it mean when Hitchbot is up and running?
It means that they came down and just basically replest its battery, right? So
But what did it do when it was up and running?
I mean, it was.
You were hanging out with this guy for days. You don't know anything about his life. You didn't talk about anything. This is when you were still drinking.
So no, I was sober for quite some time.
You were sober, and this led to a robot's death.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
So actually, the person who most loved hitchbot was my ex fiance's like senile old grandma. Like she could barely speak anymore. She didn't know what was going on, and she would talk to the robot. It would talk back to her, and it made her so happy. She was like crying tears of joy to have met this robot.
really
We got a
sad.
couple of nice pictures with her. So we take this thing on the road.
Now hold on.
Send those
I just
to
want to
me.
point something out. You notice how that photo was from Fox News, right? Mike's ex was Latina, and I assume her grandmother was too. That's why they didn't show those photos of an abuela elated with hitchbot.
So sad.
You know, they got to hit the demos.
Philly.
Yeah.
So the we were gonna take it down to Phil, like on its list of places that it wanted to go. Washington D.C. was the closest one.
Wait, hold on. You're talking about this fucking robot like it has like an AI, a sentient fucking thing.
No,
No, hold on, Nick. As a tech reporter, I want to get your.
Yeah, no.
Is AI a real thing yet?
Well, also, is Mike a murderer?
It's so far it sounds like he's a murderer. Yeah, I've yet to be
The
convinced.
very least
otherwise.
manslaughter. Okay,
Yeah.
so you got the list
Bot
of
slaughter.
things that a scientist wrote the fucking robot wanted to go to.
Scientist.
Yeah. Scientist from Rogers University. That's a state-funded university. So,
Hitchbot was basically. Can you bring up a picture of 2XL, the robot
dog,
cassette player?
I wish it was as cool as 2XL. Like 2XL worked. It had
it
buttons
3XL?
on it that you could interact
Don't
with.
speak ill of the dead.
So this fucking thing was just Google Voice in a Home Depot paint bucket with
it.
like an
It was just
LED
an Alexa.
light set.
It was just an Alexa.
No, it wasn't even that advanced. It was legit just like Google Voice. It would repeat back what you said. Oh man, dude, how fucking cool was 2XL?
You mean Whacker Teddy Ruxpin? Not
No.
that cool.
Chill, B. It had the light up eyes. Thing was great. So like this thing sucked essentially. We take it down to my plan was to take it down to DC. I had 3 friends in the car with me.
Why did you even do all of this? I don't understand. First of all, I don't understand how we're just getting to this.
Yeah, this is shocking.
This is what I want to run back. This is how. First of all, you're trying to get promoted to Nate, who's been promoted to Bronx Johnny on the Real Ass Podcast. You're trying to get promoted to Nate, but you can't be promoted to Nate because Nate's been promoted to Bronx Johnny, but we need a better Nate. This is crazy. Exactly. Now you don't even want to hang out with this robot.
I love the robot. My friends were a little sick of the robot.
How long was the robot with you?
The robot total, I picked it up on a Sunday. I dropped it off on a Friday.
Wow, over a week.
No, that's 5 days.
Never mind.
Go
ahead.
And then, so its next destination was DC.
So wait a second.
What?
In this analogy, as far as it goes to Gas Digital, Michael Bisping is you, and everybody else hates the robot, which is you.
Sure, I guess.
Fucking through the looking glass here. This is an episode of Black Mirror waiting to happen.
Sick.
This is delightful. So I get it down to Philadelphia. I wanted to take it all the way to DC. My friends were like,
Philadelphia.
yo, we're going to take it to the art museum, let it run the Rocky steps, right? Like we did the pose with fucking hitchbot
really
in
nice.
front of Rocky. It was nice. We got
It's
like
just flat Stanley, but fat. It's Fat Stanley.
so we got to the top
You
of
just hit me with the fucking bra button, man. That sucks.
we got to the top of the steps, like of the children's museum, like where Rocky like does the whole thing.
yeah.
And I see this prank versus prank guy, and he's flying a drone while on a hoverboard.
So he just happened to be there.
Yeah, he was just there,
But he seemed more technologically savvy than you.
He was being the worst, dude. He had a fucking light up hoverboard going back and forth with a drone flying over him.
And you were just like,
And
here, take this robot.
he was getting footage, and so what he did was he turned on his Periscope. He's like, "Oh, this is wild." And he like puts on Periscope, and I was
Periscope,
like,
what year is this?
2015, I guess. So me and
Oh, and Stanley's still just bitter because he got thrown off Periscope.
Yeah, I got fucking shadow banned. I said cunt too much, and I think I disparaged mentally deficient people.
So I talked to this guy for a minute or two, and I'm like, yeah, I tried Periscope with this thing. Like, it's kind of a fun idea because I did like hashtag like I have hitchbot, and like a couple hundred people like tuned into my Periscope. It was kind of cool.
Fuck yeah.
This guy has like 500,000 people watching him while he's like doing this like
dicking
dumb.
around,
Yeah. So I was like, oh shit, like this will be the guy to get it over the hump. Like I heard about it through Kevin Smith. I wasn't doing anything else on a Friday night because I was sober. I was drinking, I'd be cooler,
Just
obviously.
all fat bearded guys talk to each other.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, we got a code.
Oh, what's the code?
That's it. So we get to, I get to talking to this guy, and I'm like, this is going to put it over the top. He makes one video with this thing. Everybody's going to be clamoring to get their hands on it to help it along on its journey.
Yeah, you're just trying to ditch Hitchbot.
Well, no. So
You're Ditchbot.
Wow.
Oh my God. You know what? Hold on.
So I just wanted to get this thing across the country, right? So I figured this was the best possible person I could leave it in the hands of. What could possibly happen to it with this many eyes on Hitchbot? So I helped him load it up into his truck. He picked up his other buddy who was like a YouTuber. They were driving around making videos with it all night. I go back to New York. I'm thinking I just did a good thing, right? Like I helped this little robot get
Hold
from
on.
New York.
I want that Fox News photo turned into a video and the radio star meme before this episode comes out, please.
Okay. So I get back and I'm thinking I'm doing all right and everything, and I looked at the GPS tracker the same way that people found where my house was. I checked to see where this thing was. I was like, this guy definitely gave it to like one of his fans who has probably already gotten it to DC. Like this is going to be really cool to see all the photos.
Oh yeah, just to fucking just see Hitchbot living its best life.
That was my plan.
Yeah.
So I saw it was still in Philadelphia in Old City, and I had my friend Rebecca who lived like in that neighborhood. It was the only person I knew who lived in Philly. I was like, yo, can you go check this spot to like make sure it's okay? And she's the one who snapped a picture, like the famous picture of it, like destroyed with its like head ripped off in the weeds. Like that's my friend Rebecca's picture, and that ended up getting sent to like Fox News and CNN and all that.
I
and
have some advice for you. The best laid plans of mice and men are often led.
All right, so you raped and murdered Hitchbot. That's
from of mice and
that was a
men.
long story to get to the point where you are a murderer.
I'm
or complicit in a murder.
So this scumbag with a
piece of
fucking
shit.
hoverboard and a drone camera killed Hitchbot.
That's my best working theory. He then the next day put out a video where he's like, "Oh yeah, like I have the security footage of it being destroyed," and then he's like, "Oh no, it was a joke. I left it on a park bench and somebody else did it." This guy's the scumbag. This guy is the true killer, and he's out there, and nobody is doing anything to find him. You're just putting these false accusations
You're gonna
on me.
fucking pull this, and we're gonna add it at this dick fuck, and we're gonna fucking expose this asshole
Yeah, we're
for
gonna expose
killing
him?
fucking goddamn Hitchbot.
Because we're just working together.
That's it.
But everything has to go somewhere else. I'm not leading my life with that. So I know that Breakfast Club interview with the trans community, I got a lot of backlash.
She got a lot of.
I got death threats from. That's the hypocrisy.
Death threats
the
from
same
the
community.
LG
No. From the T. These were from other trans women.
From the T. Okay.
Yeah.
I got there's so many letters.
So I want to get it
gotta
on
go
the
back.
T.
You're like,
These were from the T.
The T threatened you.
Same girls, some of the same girls that saying that I
From
set
the
us
T
back
department.
10 years and that I'm the reason that transgender women of color were being murdered are the same women that sent death threats to me and my children. So guess what I did? I sent my personal address because, bitch, please come to my door and let me show you why I'm from the west side of Chicago. There is a reason. There is a reason.
Yes. Tell
That
them
I
what's up.
survived all these years in the
Yeah.
mean streets of Chicago.
Word.
There is a reason that
Yes.
I'm here to tell a story. Some of them ain't, but I'm here.
But he said the T fuck with me.
Well, and that's the hypocrisy. So you attack me because I didn't say what you wanted me to say. I speak for me and explicitly said that I'm speaking for myself. I've never been the representation of the trans community. In my opinion, right now, the best representation we have is Laverne Cox. And I don't agree with everything that bitch say. So, you know what I mean? But I think that she's the best representation that we have for the voice right now.
What is something she said that you didn't agree with?
She said that when you were born, the doctors assign you a sex. If you born with a working dick and balls, you a boy. If you born with a functioning vagina, you are a girl.
Word.
There is nothing else.
That's
period.
You see what I'm saying?
I like that.
So,
Right.
I mean, I identify, you don't know what the fuck you identified to you about too.
Right.
For real.
Right.
So, however you feel, I get that because I was in that same predicament. But I never knew I was not this and not that. I passed biology. It was only with a C. But I know the difference between a penis and a vagina because I passed biology. So, and I know a lot of my claim you ruffling the fellas. I'm not. I'm. To me, what they are doing is flooding the minds of the youth. And clouding their judgment to make them think that they're not all right. It is okay if you like boys and girls. It is okay if you fat or if you unattractive, or if you got short hair. Now, it is okay to just embrace who you are. That's it. This is why I am so comfortable in my skin, because this is me. You don't like it, mother had you, mother love you, mother fuck you. This is my life.
Hey, man.
This is my life. And people need to start working and functioning. If I'm so dedicated to what I'm doing and I'm so driven in who I am, I ain't got time to worry about what this lady doing or what this player doing. Fuck them. I'm working on me.
You know?
We ain't on that. We want to fight.
Yeah.
My community want to be combative. And this whole new thing that came out, Dwayne Wade, hats off to you and Gabrielle Union for supporting your son. Because I'm going to tell you, and I disagree with some things.
Okay.
And we have had this discussion on the low.
Yes.
That this little boy identifies as a girl, Zaya, and he has a parent, especially a black father, that supports who he is. That is, y'all have no idea. And I say that amongst other cultures because I don't know your cultures, but I grew up in a black home. Being gay is worse than being a fucking murderer in the black community.
That's the truth.
And especially in the Bible Belt. That's just the real tea.
Yeah,
that's real shit.
Yep.
So for him to embrace his son and accept who he identifies as now, if he starts giving the boy hormones and stuff like that at 12, I don't agree with that.
No, I
because
think
the little boy might get some pussy 16, 17 years old, like, damn, I really like this. And can still go back and forth.
Right.
But somebody in the house needs to be in control to take charge of that.
Yeah.
A lot of these parents will be like, well, I'm just going to let little Jack identify as Jill. And little Jack can be Jill at home in my house. Right. He can't go to school like that. I'm saying this, and I'm transgender and with a son that's very straight.
Yes.
And I know what it entails to be a gay black youth in this country now. It was safer to me back in the 70s than it is now.
See.
It's way more dangerous because our skin is so thin. So if I tell you I don't like you, Godfrey, on Instagram, and then 100 people like it, you ready to fucking kill yourself because you ain't never put these up. These kids need to put their dukes up and put their motherfucking phones down and get with it.
Remember in Friday?
Oh, yeah. John Witherspoon.
John Witherspoon. You don't have to. You got to use these, son. Use these. Yeah, and that's the thing, too, man. It's like the racism in the gay community, no one ever talks about that. As much as they talk about discrimination, but it's usually the white gays that it's the rights for them. Because there's so much racism, right, in the gay community.
And we keep asking for people to fix our community. We can't get nobody to fix our community because guess what? We can't fix our community. Wow. It's fucked up. It is. I said that before. I've said that. And I was abashed by the LGBT community. So I removed myself from the LGBT community. I have my own identity. My identity is I like what I like. And that's self-explanatory. And my sexual origin is he, she, we.
He, she, we.
It sounds very Korean, don't it? He, she, we.
That's right.
I actually got that from some Koreans in the nail salon because I went to get my nails done one day, which is why I don't get my nails done no more because the Korean bitches set me up. So I walked into the nail salon and they had the mask on. They were working on lady feet. She said, "How may I help you?" I said, "I'd like to get a manicure and pedicure." She turned and looked at the other lady and said, "Oh, he, she, we." So I said, "Is this bitch talking about me?" Because I was about to get jiggy up in the nail salon. Them little Korean bitches was going to have to get with it, baby. They gave me he, she, we.
That's pretty funny on them.
That's funny.
He, she, we is here.
Well, he, she, we is my own sexual identity because he cashed the check, she get the money, we spend it. One bitch right here because the man in me been pimping the woman in me for 25 years.
God damn.
All the way around the board.
Chi-town. Chicago is gangsta. I told you, yo.
That's how we rock.
Could make you cry. That's when you want to make your Irish goodbye.
I would have been there. It would have been crazy. I can tell you this: how I had a dog
Oh yeah, yeah. You sure did have a dog.
Yeah,
for a minute.
Yeah. I got a dog because I was like, I'm gonna get a dog, and then I got a dog. And it was this cute dog, and he was like 30.
What brought it on? What brought on the urge? It's time for a DOG.
Well, the urge was me realizing that from the second I went to college until the day I got that dog, I had been talking about getting a dog and planning on getting a dog. But I kept saying, I'm going to get a dog. And then I just don't get a dog. And then I had the moment of being like, I'm in my 30th. I've gone
You're half
12
dead,
years.
half to dead.
12 years without a dog. Of 12 years of talking about getting a dog. It's like, oh, let's get a dog. And Erica always wanted a dog too. So we're like, we'll get a dog. And also, it's like, if we have kids.
Well, a dog to die with.
Yeah, exactly. I got 7 to 10 max.
You're getting an English bulldog?
Yeah, no. So I decide that I was like, let's fucking, let's do it, right? So we get excited about it. We start going to the shelter. We're working with the shelter to like everything. And then we find this one dog who was great, But there's the other thing I was going to say too. It's like, if we eventually have a kid at some point, it's like, you don't get a dog after you get a kid usually. You know what I mean? Like once that responsibility comes in, like, would you picture adopting a dog?
Right now?
Yeah.
No, I'd break a dog's leg. I'm so close to physically harming both of my cats.
Really?
It's insane, dude.
Really?
I just they're so lucky that they're so great with my kid because I could just see me twisting their head off like the top of a Coke. Just...
Mark.
That's what he thinks my name is. That's why I'm pissed. Call me Mark.
So we find this one dog. We're going through this shelter and we're looking at it, and this one dog pops out at us. They bring you in like this little room, and then they bring him in, and then you get to interact. And this dog just comes beelining up to me, like paws on your chest, licking your face nonstop, full of love. Goes right over to Erica, puts like head on the lap. Like,
did you feel like a 10-year-old boy?
Yeah, because he also was so quiet. He wasn't, and they were like, he's got a lot of energy, this dog. And we're like, I don't know. I mean, he seemed like we were with him for like 25 minutes and he didn't
bark, so you knew him.
But he didn't bark once. And when you like dogs get like excited, they kind of yelp in like excitement and stuff like that. Didn't do any of that. Just was kind of just like fuck, I'm happy to be alive. So we go and we pick up this dog on, I think it was Sunday, because.
What was the deciding factor? Like, did you guys go home being like, all right, we're definitely getting that dog immediately, or did you waffle?
No, here's what it was. So there was a little bit of waffling, but more the fact of I like through a series of people and stuff, whatever, I know the owner of this adoption center, so they essentially were like, you can take him home as a foster, which we only let the volunteers do. We could take him home as a foster and kind of see how he goes for the week, because we know like mutual friends, so we trust you guys to be like foster parents or whatever, and just see how it works, because the cats are such a huge question mark, because we do have 2 cats, so we're like, who knows if it's going to work out. So they were like, essentially let us take him home, take him on a field trip, eventually, essentially, because we didn't, like have to pay for him or anything like that. We brought him home, we set everything up, and like even from the second we put him in the car, he was so like afraid of cars. He didn't pick his head up off the fucking thing the whole time. He was so scared. We bring him home. We have the cats closed into the bedroom. He's so excited. He's happy. He's loving his life. He's like running around. He's smelling things. He's jumping. He's like running like a bottle rocket. Now he's got like this crazy energy, because he was like some sort of terrier mix for sure. So he just was like crazy bottle rocket energy. He's running around and stuff. So
that sucks.
But yeah, it was one of those like
that just sucks. You bring him home and you're like, this is not what I was thinking.
Yeah, you're like, this is a lot of energy.
Opposite.
So then we're like taking him out for walks, and he's good on walks, and he's very like highly intelligent. So he's learned like the sit, stay, all that kind of stuff. You say crate, he like goes running into it, but just long enough for you to give him a treat. Then he goes running back out of it. So that first day, we're like, whatever. We're like, we'll make it work, and we put him in the crate at night, and he didn't bark the entire night. He slept right through the night. I'm like, all right, and he did. We woke up in the morning, no like piss anywhere or anything like that. Next day, we walk him a bunch, and he's kind of okay. He's like acting fine, but he's being more like he's barking a lot more. And he's like anytime someone's at the door, he runs.
So annoyed when you said that.
Yeah,
he's barking more.
I have a very active floor, so anytime the elevator dings or anytime people's doors close, he just runs to the front door and lets out just like 5 or 6 barks, but just it's like every time, and you're like, God damn it! So then we're like, we had the thing where we had this gate up to try and
Shoot him!
Yeah. So we tried to introduce the cats to him like through a kitty fence that was see-through, so that they could see each other, but they can't get to each other. So they were doing that for like a day, and our cats were just sitting on the bed. They're just kind of like, what the fuck's that? And he wasn't even really like noticing them or whatever. The last night that we had him, so he started being like, just crazy energy all the time, right? And I'm on the couch, and he's on the couch next to me.
Were you already like, get this out of here?
I was like, we were kind of like, I don't think this is gonna work. We were like thinking so, but we're like, I don't know, maybe it's just the first week. He's got to get acclimated. Who knows? We don't want to, take him back too soon or whatever. But so the last day we have him, this is day 3, I think. He is just insane energy, like crazy, like cocaine energy, right? Running around like nuts. Which is fine because you're like, we can walk him and go do stuff. But even he gets so excited on walks, he's like nipping at you almost and stuff. And it just is being like too much. But then he comes inside and he's just passed out. Like he's like passed out on my lap while I'm like, right. It's like he's like the most adorable like lap dog. You know what I mean?
As soon as he does that, you're like, fuck it, I'll keep you forever.
Exactly. Every time you do that, he like, he can't. And he like lays on your chest because he thinks he's like he was like 10 months old. So he still is a puppy, I guess. But so he's like literally like he burrows into you and just, he's so gentle when he sleeps and everything, but then he wakes up and he's so hyper again, So we're trying to walk him, all this other stuff. It's not really working out. So then Nemo has now been in the bedroom for 3 days, and we have all of his water and shit in there, but he hasn't been out, and he's been seeing the dog, and the gate's still up, so the door is open, but he just goes, I've fucking had enough of this shit, and doesn't jump over the fence, like ladder climbs the fence over it, jumps into the living room. Now, the dog is asleep on my lap. I saw Nemo starting to climb, and I grabbed his leash, thank God, and put the leash on the collar, because Nemo jumps over, doesn't even go to run, just looks at him like, what are you gonna do? My house. And then this dog, dude, full Cujo, like, like lunged teeth first towards it. And I just watched, it was like a fishing line running. Like I just watched the leash like lose the slack and just catch like trying to jump, like bite. And then Nemo still wasn't running. He just was like, hey.
Wow.
I trust you, Mike.
He had that much faith in your ability.
I know. Wild, because I was really struggling. But,
oh, my God.
So I was like, yeah, it's just not going to work. So
you put him down?
Yeah, I punched him to death. So
you just fucking I Am Legend choked him out while singing Bob Marley?
Yeah.
Don't worry about a thing, because every little thing
sing with gonna be all right.
All right, now we're crossed.
But, so I go, we make the decision. We're like, all right, we're going to bring him back tomorrow. We're like broken up about it. I'm sad. Erica was like crying.
You guys broke up over it?
Yeah. We got divorced. So now I'm a successful comedian.
Oh, hell yeah.
So so we were, we decided we got to do this. And so the last night I put him in the crate and I come home from shows or whatever. I walk him and, that kind of stuff. And then I'm like, all right, I'm going to bed. Put him in the crate like I did every other night. He won't be in the crate. He's just like, barking. He's just like doesn't want to be alone, like yipping and all that kind of stuff. I was in bed for a total of 8 minutes, and I go, I know what's gonna happen. I'm just gonna sleep on the couch because then at least he'll see me, he'll feel comfortable, whatever. I go to sleep on the couch. It's not even close to enough for him. He needs to be out of the cage. He's going crazy. I try to tell him to calm down. He won't calm down. I open the gate, and it's just...
He didn't listen to reason?
100 miles an hour again, like even more energy. And so then eventually he, after about 45 minutes to an hour, he tuckers himself out. He lays down, like, on my chest. Like, I'm laying on the couch with blankets on.
Did it first, when he's, like, running around and he goes to lay on your chest, was it first, like...
Yeah.
Like, just doing it so much that you're like, slow the fuck down.
Yeah, and they're paused. Yeah, I was holding his cheekbones to my chest, like, and then he just...
That's how Sagalo hugs, too.
Snout first. Snout into your neck.
Itching his fucking...
Yeah. So eventually I'm like, okay, good. So he goes to sleep. I mean, he's asleep for 14 minutes, and then he hears the door And now it's like 2 in the morning, and he's running, barking at the door. And the entire night, I get no sleep the entire night. Like, I'm up every 20 minutes for the entire night, as if I have a fucking newborn kid, right? But without any of the, them becoming a human part of it that makes it worth it, So I'm like, now.
Well, this sounds like it's a guy.
So now I go, this is good. This is good because I don't know if this dog is so awesome that he goes, hey, I know that, you got to give me back and it's not going to work out. I wish it was going to. So I'm going to make it easier for you and be a living nightmare the last night. So that way you feel okay. Or if he's just like, I know you're taking me back, fuckers, and I'm going to make you a living hell for that. Whatever it is.
Either way,
it sucked. And so I was going to bring the dog back at like 2 in the afternoon on the way to come in and do the show or whatever. And instead, they said they opened up at 8 a.m. and I was parked outside at 7:45 a.m. because I woke up, never slept. And so Erica was getting ready for work. I'm like, I'll just drive you to work on 36 minutes of sleep. And Erica was like, I'll take a ride. And so,
I was drifting into the other lane.
Yeah, maybe I felt like I was homered in the bed. I was driving to bed there. So I go and drop him off. And here's the thing: when I dropped him off, this is the end of this is I bring him. I go to drop him off. And I'm still like a little sad because now he's back in the car and he's scared again and stuff. So I'm like, oh man, like I'm just talking to the dog. I'm petting him. I'm like, I wish this could have worked out, pal. But again, it made me feel better because the adoption center is like, we're treating this like you just took him on a vacation for a little because now we know. And now we know.
That is what they're telling you.
No, but also
they threw that dog in a wood burning oven right after that. As soon as you left, they're like, sorry, bud, that was your one shot.
It is, in fact, a no-kill shelter. But if it was, that would kill me. That would really kill me.
Yeah,
but so
you did it.
So but here's the thing: when I gave the dog back to the guy, he came outside or whatever, because I was pounding on the door. When he came out and unlocked and came out to the door, and saw the dog. The dog, he obviously figured out he smelled all the surroundings and whatnot, and he got so excited to see the guy again. He was jumping up and down on his lap, and then they walked away, and the dog didn't look back at me, and it broke my heart.
Wow,
for the fact that he didn't even
Good for him.
He didn't even look back.
Man,
he
he
wouldn't give
knows.
me that or maybe the second I gave up and turned around is when he looked back and then thought I wasn't looking back at him. And then he just goes, "Take me to the oven.
Yeah.
Forget it."
Oh.
But no, he's still alive.
Harrington used to have that ridiculous beard. Did you know Harrington in the age of his old beard? With the fact that we don't talk about Harrington's old beard around this office more often is actually pretty goddamn fucked up.
Was it just bigger?
Bobby, I need you to get on pulling up some kind of picture of Harrington's old beard. It wasn't bigger. It was like he was trying to do some kind of tribal thing where he was like, what would happen if I just never touched it for the rest of my life? And he did that for 4 years. And it grew out to
Oh yes, I remember it. As soon as you did that with your hands, literally, as soon as you did that with your hands, I was like, oh yes.
It was at some points down to here.
I think I did.
But then at even more points here, and then a few points would be here. It was just a straggly.
I remember that
mess.
He keeps it neater now.
He looks great now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was bad. For a while there.
Yeah.
We all have our fashion don'ts, herringbone. It's okay.
Yeah, I miss my fashion don'ts.
Oh God, I don't. Every week, I'm like, I think I look good, and then I'll look at the outfit the next week, and I'm like, what was I
thinking?
Actually thinking.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I regret my outfits a lot.
I don't know. I find it
But maybe
fun.
not now that I've lost 6 pounds.
Everybody,
I don't hear you guys clapping.
Join in.
Thank you. Fuck. That sounded great.
So, what's the goal here? How many more pounds are you trying to lose?
37.
No, stop saying that.
6 more.
6 more pounds?
Yeah.
6 more pounds. I like it.
And 6 more.
It seems like a lot now that you fucking put it in front of me and fucking.
Maybe 3 more.
That's
maybe 3 more. 6.
Because it's the idea that 1 pound is a fucking double D titty.
It's like this.
You're gonna lose 3 double D tits from your body.
You flatten it, right? If you take that,
You got to roll it out. And
you
like,
rolled
pull
it out, and you put it over your abs. That's like a layer of ab. Then you take another one and you put it on your back. That's a layer of that. Then you take another one, put it here. That's a layer there. Then a couple on your thighs. That's 6 pounds. And then you need like 6 more spread around.
For some reason, when you describe that, I just thought about how much like chubbier people would probably be like way tastier to eat than skinny people.
Because of all the fat?
It's like you gotta have like a little back fat in there. If I'm gonna
I don't
skewer
like fat on my meat that much.
me either, but I want it to be cooked in its own fat. That I want to be able to kind of peel it off. You
Yeah,
know,
that's true.
So if I'm gonna eat a human, I'm gonna go for like a mid-sized person.
This is fucked up, but in our family, we used to always pick who would get eaten first. And everyone would pick my mom because she had the biggest ass. And we'd be like, we'd eat mom's ass for like a week.
It was just logical that like she would go around for longer.
She fucking hated that answer.
Whose idea was it to ask amongst the family that if you guys were fucking and it's starving together?
My mom or my stepdad for sure.
She deserves it then. If she asked the goddamn question.
Then maybe him. I don't know.
It's never gonna be one of the little kids. Like, who's that for? That's a snack.
I mean, we're not eating my skinny ass stepdad.
Yeah.
So
who do we
the
eat
thickest
first?
Puerto Ricans gotta go. I don't know what to tell you.
Who do we eat first at Gas Digital?
If me and you die, or if me and you die, or if wait,
If me and you die, you're killing me and eating me. I don't know what to say. I'm not gonna kill you and eat you.
Oh, wait, no, that's not what I meant. If someone had to choose between eating one of us, they'd choose me.
Yeah? You think you're more delicious than me, you fucking bitch?
No, just my my
Oh,
fat. I have more fat. You literally just said it.
I know, but now I'm offended. You're right in context.
Yeah.
Guys, who would you rather eat?
Out of the two of you?
Yeah.
I would
Not for
say-
sexual reasons at all.
Starving.
No,
You're
no, I know.
starving to
Not
death.
sexual
You're
reasons.
starving to death.
Yeah, I think Kim would taste better, honestly.
Son of a bitch.
I apologize, Alex.
It's so
You have
hard.
to phrase it like
He
that.
did phrase it really fucked up.
really fucked up.
That was a really
Bobby.
fucked up way to phrase it.
Hold on, give the mic back to Bobby. Why does Kim taste better than me? I need to know.
Like you said, because she has a little more layer of fat on her, and that's what makes the meat taste
There
better.
it is. It's making hurt you too.
Ow. I know. Francis.
Francis, who would you eat?
She's twirling her hair.
Alex, I guess.
You guessed. Make me sound more appetizing. Jesus.
I like lean meat. I don't like fat on my meat.
Oh,
I appreciate that, Frank. Yes, I would be tasty. I'm like white meat too.
No, I'm sure you would be good, but you're like the expensive meat you get at the restaurant where you're still hungry after you eat it.
Yeah.
You're like bone marrow, like expensive, like you know when you go to a place where you can't pronounce the shit.
Yeah. Like
I'm like
my glutes are like a tiny little
I'm
filet
like a
mignon. Yeah.
I'm like an Olive Garden all you can eat soup salad breadsticks. Like you get full.
Sister, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like you'd be tastier than that.
I don't know. Have you ever had the soup salad breadsticks at Olive Garden?
I don't know. I was raised on real Italian food. Olive Garden,
Oh, that's true. In New
I just
York.
can't do.
I didn't even know Italians were real people until I moved here.
Honestly, I didn't go to Olive Garden until I was like 13, but I always saw their commercials and I was like, oh yeah, like Italian food. I'll try Olive Garden one day. And boy, I was disappointed.
When I moved to New York, I was like, oh, you're like the dude from Jersey Shore. And that was my thing with Italians.
Okay. That's it? You
Yeah.
never met an Italian before?
No.
Aren't there a lot of them in Florida?
Not in my neighborhood.
Jesus. All right, we'll stay out of your fucking neighborhood, Kim.
All right, through the miracle of modern technology, it is Matthew and the band 616, Never Before Heard. The song is Cinderella Valentine. Take it away.
Nothing else seems Nothing else matters, nothing matters at all. Stumbling for the endless dream, its own gift of love failed to succeed. Baby, we're shattered, we're so shattered. It's the love no God can erase. Our hearts are bleeding. Baby, we've been dying here all alone. No more home in our arms to warm Valentine's heart turned to stone. We're drenched in the sadness, all the madness, flames burning our love stripped to the bones. And we sold our souls for the fear of being left here all alone. We knew the world would be at fault. We held on through the pain of it all. Then we kissed at last. We closed our eyes, one last breath, only one last kiss. Goodbye, there's nothing left. Till the death, we fell head over evil heels and we'll fall. Our hearts are bleeding. Baby, we're dying here all alone. No more home in our arms, no warm Valentine's heart turned to stone. We're drenched in the sadness, all the madness, flames burning our love stripped to the bones. And we sold our souls for the fear of being left here all alone. And oh, how she's under the someone. She's withering out of hope, and there's nowhere to run no more. And we held hands to make a deal with God, and blessed be blessed by all the unholy love. Oh. Hearts are bleeding, and baby, we've been dying here all alone. No more home in our arms to warm Valentine's heart turned to stone. We're drenched in the sadness, all the madness, flames burning our love stripped to the bones. And we sold our souls for the fear of being left here all alone.
God damn it! That was great. That was really cool.
Fill her up.
You're listening to the Gas Digital Network.